At a remote winery in Sicily, a crime enforcer infiltrates the mansion of Lorenzo Vitale, a well-known drug lord, killing his guards and henchmen in a brutal manner. Lorenzo enters his basement, seeing Robert held captive by his last two guards. His mission is to obtain a stolen money in his cyber heist, killing the guards and Lorenzo as he obtains the vault key from him. Exiting the winery after a successful retrieval, he gets shot at the back by Lorenzo's grandson. That night, he falls into an unconscious state from the injury, being rescued by a local cop who took him to see a doctor in Altamonte. After resting for 3 days, recovering a little bit from the injury, Dr. Enzo guides him to the town piazza, where he arrived to get some coffee. The cop introduces himself to Robert alongside his daughter, warning that Altamonte is full of good people, and whatever happened to him that night should not be brought into the town, which Robert agreed to. An anonymous call was placed to a CIA officer, McCall, specifically alerting her on the illegal drug trade in Sicily, using the winery as a cover-up. Going over his life, Robert experienced flashbacks of the things he has done trying to make peace with himself. He watched the owner of the cafe get extorted by a local gang, but said nothing. Time went on with Robert slowly blending in with the people. Walking by, he heard sounds of a popular fish seller being molested by Marco, who demands his weekly payment but said nothing still, watching them drive away. Riding across the city, Marco and his team arrived at his brother's residence. Vincent, who was currently convincing a couple to sign the ownership of their house to him, which they refused, leading to the lady's father being executed publicly. Vincent informed Marco that he has a huge job for him this week. Collins and her fellow CIA squad arrived at the winery, discovering lots of cash and enormous amount of phenethylene tablets in the basement, which confirmed the anonymous call she received from Robert, unknown to her yet.
Is this the first shipment? 5th? 20th?
It's 4th.
What do you see when you look at me? Huh?
Only a good man would have said that.
Having another meeting with his brother, he urged him to put more pressure on the people of the town to seal their names as the sovereigns of the land. Set to depart Altamonte, Robert experienced Angelo's store set on fire by the Camorra brothers for failing to pay his debts. He knew who was responsible, asking God to forgive his next line of action. Seeing a video of how the shop was set on fire, he called the Italian police for more inquiry. Robert's daily habit preparations when taking coffee drew the attention of a lady called Amina, who was impressed, offering to show him the other side of Altamonte. From what he has experienced so far, he put a pause on leaving this amazing people. Collins tracks Robert down to Altamonte after his lead yielded massive results, wondering how he got the agency line and who he works for. Deep down, she knew Robert killed the guys they found at the farm.
Like it or not, you're a person of interest.
I'm an interesting person.
Where'd you get that number?
In the book.
Who do you work for?
I'm retired.
Police found multiple dead bodies on that vineyard.
When Benucci arrived to pick his girl from school, Marco and his thugs already held his family hostage, beating him severely for interfering in their affairs as the mole in the force tipped them on his suspicious investigation. Enzo detailed the thug sickness they experience in Altamonte after he saw Benucci with a head injury. Meeting up with Collins for the second time, apparently the search she ran on Robert came out with him appearing as a ghost. Her findings so far reveals Lorenzo to be on Interpol's most wanted list. Robert couldn't wrap his head around why they smuggled drugs into the most secure port in the entire region, which Collins intends to find out. That night, Marco pays Benucci a visit at the cafe, requesting that he organizes a boat for his contact in Somalia to expand the operation. From the way Robert looked at him from a distance, he confronts him, advising that he stays off his business with the locals. Compressing a vital nerve which put Marco in severe pain, Robert pleads with him to move his operation far away from Altamonte, giving him 24 hours to do so, or face the repercussion. Planning on how to kill Robert, the favor was reversed, with Robert taking Marco and his crew in a bloody manner, which at dawn, the bodies were found alongside loads of drugs. Meanwhile, a train station was bombed by Syrian terrorists in the early hours of today. Collins believes Lorenzo's drug money was funding their activities in Italy, so she paid a visit to the Naples head of police who tried covering up the people he works for, releasing just one culprit to her for the investigation, which led to the capture of the rest. Paying a visit to Vincent, who just lost his brother, the head of police urged him to put a hold to his operations, as there is a CIA agent currently fishing in his affairs. Vincent informs him to take care of the situation and find his brother's killer, which he was still proving stubborn, so they cut his arm off to teach him a lesson. Robert puts a call across to her on the investigation which saved her life from a bomb explosion Vincent set to take her out. Vincent drove that night to Altamonte using Bonucci and his family, offering to give anyone a reward who shows him his brother's killer. Shooting his ear off, Robert admits to it, saying that he warned Marco but he didn't listen. He offers himself in exchange for Vincent leaving the people out of this. Vincent intends to take his revenge in public, but was stopped by Enzo and the people who began recording him, which made Vincent delay his revenge. Calling his squad together, they began deliberating on how to kill the American. But to their greatest surprise, Robert made the first move that night, taking out the guards individually while Vincent was having a good night rest. He displayed a very unique skill in eliminating the guards without alerting Vincent, crashing one of them while he was asleep. Vincent grabs his gun, slowly calling out for his men who had already been murdered by Robert. He was gripped in shock seeing his close allies dead in his house, still looking for the infiltrator. Robert filled him with an overdose of the drugs he sold in Sicily, giving him 6 minutes before his heart ceases to breathe. While the people celebrate the beginning of a new year, Vincent died on the same streets he tormented for years. Collins thanks him for calling her, which saved her life. Robert returns the money he took from Lorenzo, who extorted a couple's pension fund, which Collins returned the following week to them, saying that a stranger helped them recover it. Back in Langley, Collins was promoted for her role in the Altamonte drug trade, with Robert revealing that he knew her mom Susan years back. Thanks for watching.